Alright, ladies and gentlemen, fight fans all around the world, let's talk some more boxing. So, I saw an interview with Bernard Hopkins, and he was talking to a reporter on Guillermo Rigondeaux, and I love what Bernard Hopkins said. He said exactly what I've been always saying, which is that Guillermo Rigondeaux is doing his job in the ring, what he's supposed to do. It's up to the promoter and the manager to really spruce him up, to really put him in a positive light for fans to actually go watch him. Because when your promoter is telling people that Guillermo Rigondeaux is boring, that's terrible to hear. Your promoter's not supposed to do that. His job is to promote you. That's what he's paid to do. Your manager's paid to get you good fights, but he's also paid to make you look good in a good light. So when you have a team that's just chopping you down to bits, it never works. So Hopkins saying you need a dance partner. Guillermo Rigondeaux needed a dance partner. And that's basically what makes great fights, and that's true. So, once again, I like what Bernard Hopkins was saying here. Shout out to ES News, esnewsreporting.com for highlighting this interview. This was a good one. And there's one more I have for you guys. This one right here. Bernard Hopkins talking about how Gennady Golovkin, people are giving him a pass, both on going up in weight and going down in weight. And Bernard Hopkins says he dared to be great. When he had to fight Oscar De La Hoya at 158, he fought him at 158. He came in 157 just to show everybody he could make the weight and to psychologically mess with some people's minds. And when he was at light heavyweight, he went down to 170 pounds, I think, to fight Winky Wright, I think it was, showing that he was ready to make concessions to make a fight happen. And he said Gennady Golovkin ain't doing that. He's a good middleweight, but he needs to do that. You don't just throw out things like you want to fight Andre Ward. You mentioned Andre Ward's name. You didn't want to fight the dude. Dude was at 168 at a certain point in time. He said, okay, Ward's off the table. You know, Canelo's fighting somebody else. You know, GGG's getting his Danny Jacobs. Cool. But, you know, at the time, he wasn't getting Danny Jacobs. He didn't land the Danny Jacobs fight. And so he's presented Sergey Kovalev, a hard puncher, at 175. Gennady Golovkin's at 160, coming meet at 168. You know, Sugar Ray Leonard versus Donnie Lalonde was one of the first examples of something like that happening. And so that's why we got the super middleweight class. We see Canelo going up to a catchweight as well. It looks like to fight Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., maybe 164, 165, maybe 163. So I'm just telling you that it's possible for fighters. And the thing about the fighters today, Canelo, GGG, all these guys, they actually walk around, or at least when they're not in fights, when their fight weight is actually like 170 something. So I really don't understand how these guys, they don't want to make these concessions to have these fights. I guess you have different plans, but sometimes the media needs to, if these guys are throwing out certain guys' names, this is the one thing I have a problem with certain media with. They allow these guys to punk other guys, and then people talk negative towards other guys. Canelo was a bad guy because he couldn't want to face Triple G at 160. Canelo was the bad guy for saying he wanted to fight Triple G at 155 or 157. Andre Ward was the bad guy. How dare he, answer Triple G? Triple G's the most shunned guy. It's the narratives that I don't like. It's the narratives that I don't like in boxing. You allow somebody to punk other boxers, to build up their reputation off of them. The boxers which are being punked, they're seen in the negative light. Andre Ward's seen in the negative light. Canelo's seen in the negative light. But Triple G's a shining star. And Triple G ain't fought nobody. He fought nobody. That's the thing that really pisses me off. He's not about to fight somebody in Danny Jacobs, right? Canelo got a resume. Andre Ward got a resume. But these guys are the bad guys? Like, get for real, man. Get for real. And that's what Bernard Hopkins kind of highlighted here. And I really give him kudos for doing that, because he put some light on the nonsense going on in boxing. And it's up to the reporters, it's up to the people in the media to crystallize this thing, put it into perspective, and fact check your stuff, man. Fact check your information at least. If you want the sport of boxing to really flourish and do well, the first thing you need to do is understand the people who are trying to undermine the sport to push their agenda. And then you have to identify the people who actually genuinely are interested in the sport of boxing, and they actually understand what's going on. Because the fans are just going to go up with whatever the media gives them. They're not going to critically assess things like me and other people who are in boxing and realize it's baloney. Okay? So that's where, again, people need to fact check. I mean, Donald Trump is president of the United States based on this same kind of behavior and attitude, and certain people gulping it up because they hate certain people. when you have hate makes you stupid, and then you put things in the hands of dummies and puppets and idiots, and then what happens? You know, everything goes downhill. So, like I said before, I like what Hopkins said both about Guillermo Rigondeaux. I liked what he said about Gennady Golovkin and how people are giving him a pass with different things. I think these are true facts. Everybody loves Gennady Golovkin because he's a white dude. That's it. He's knocking out people and he's white. Guillermo Rigondeaux's not white. Okay. Floyd Mayweather's not white. Okay. Canelo Alvarez, I tell people, Canelo Alvarez is not really white. He looked white. He's Mexican, right? He claims Mexican. He doesn't even white. He's multiracial. But people consider him white, right? People say, well, Canelo, man, they talk bad about Canelo. Yeah, because Canelo's not GGG. Canelo ain't knocking everybody out. They hold on to GGG right now. Sergey Kovalev was the dude. Andre Ward, he was just hugging and just hugging and clinching. That's all he was doing, hugging and running. How many times we had to hear that rubbish, man? How many times? You know, some of these fighters, man, they brain dead, man. They brain dead. And that's the thing I don't like. You know, back in the day, fighters used to have some degree of honor in them, and they would say, hey, man, I acknowledge you beat me. Sugar Ray Leonard, close fight. I thought Sugar Ray Leonard actually beat Duran. But Leonard conceded to Duran, and he said, you beat me, bro. Where is the class in boxing like that? I'm not saying all boxers are like that. But Manny Pacquiao showed horrible sportsmanship for the first time in his career, actually. And he's like, I think I won the fight. Shut the hell up, Manny Pacquiao. When you finish, you know, this is this kind of stupidness I don't like, man. You know you lost that fight. And you're going to be salty on top of it? You know you lost that fight. Your head was down. In round 10, you was banging the gloves together. Round 11, you was puffing and huffing going to your corner. Floyd had mocked you. You were down. You hear the commentator say Floyd, no, he beat Pacquiao. Come on, man. I mean, don't lie to everybody. Yeah, you wanted to win, but you just wasn't good enough. Just be real. You know, that's the thing I don't understand about some of these fighters today. And then they got these dumb fans who have no common sense. I see Precise Presenter counting punches, and I'm like, dude, you so far left field. You're like in another world, another universe. You know, even Pacquiao's fans in the Philippines, they knew he lost, and it was like time for you to retire. The president of the Philippines said, you know what, Pacquiao, it's time for you to retire. They conceded. They knew the dude lost. They knew Pacquiao was deluded. When Pacquiao said, I thought I won the fight, I was looking at some fan reactions, some Filipino fans. They started to laugh at Pacquiao. They started to laugh at Manny Pacquiao. Then you got these deluded people like Skip Bayless out there, you know. I'm actually gonna do a video on that, because this Maypac thing, man, there's a lot to unpack about it, and it's time that the nonsense ends, especially in this world environment where there's racism and this stupid racism. Racism is so stupid, man. It is so stupid, man. It is so stupid. Anyway, on that note, you guys have a great one.